Alrighty, so today I'm going to actually walk you guys through the process of setting up your own Skool community. We have been the Facebook group guys for probably the last few years. We have an entire program centralized growing and monetizing a group. And as of a few months ago, we burned down our Facebook groups of about 8,000 people to go all in with running Skool groups. And with that, there's been a lot of questions, a lot of feedback around, hey, how do I set up a Skool group? And that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to literally walk you guys through the entire process of setting up, creating, optimizing your settings, posting content, creating classrooms, etc. The whole shebang around actually setting up a Skool group of your own. Now, I am going to be setting this up for one of our clients. She opted in and signed up for a Skool group. So I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone, help her set up her community, and also show you guys how to do it in real time. So let's go ahead and dive in. So once you sign up, you choose your name, you do all that stuff. You do have to get a little creative with it because they do max out at 30 characters, but you can always change the community name, right? So Skool started doing this cool feature where they actually just allow you to, they give you like checklists and stuff now, which is pretty dang awesome if you ask me. Just trying to make my head a little bit smaller there so I'm not in the way of stuff. Make myself tiny. So your group is, we're starting from a blank slate here, right? This is a brand new community that was just created. So first things first, we're going to want to change some of the stuff, right? Obviously the cover photo, the description, stuff like that. So first things first, we'll come over here to the right side. We'll go to settings. This will open up and populate your actual group settings. And I'll just run through these. You got dashboard, payouts. This is if you're doing a paid community, is where your payouts will populate for your actual group, stuff like that. You can invite people with this actual link, Skool about, your group name with the about. General, so this is where you can obviously change your group name. Again, it maxes out at 30 characters. You can change the URL, but you can only change this one time, so be careful when you're actually doing this, because if you end up wanting to change the group name, then the URL changes. This is where you got group description. You got your little description here. Again, this is limited to 150 characters. This is what will actually populate under your actual cover photo on the right side. So once you have that, we're gonna go update settings. And if we notice, this is where it's gonna end up populating over here. See on the right side, learn to live a wildly abundant life with innovative streams of income to supplement your cash flow and or supplement your retirement. So that's where that description is going to pop up, is right under here. Short, punchy text. Obviously, you don't want something super crazy. We go to upload cover photo. It's going to be back in the general section. We can come up here. The size is 1087 by 576. I just created something quick on Canva. She will more than likely change this, but I am just going to, for the purposes of this training, I am totally just going to use this photo, right? Save. Don't overthink the graphics. Again, you can change all of this stuff. Icon, this is like what's going to show up in the little excerpt in the top of the group. So I'll just use this photo again as an example, and you could zoom like this. You can drag, right? The Abundance Academy. Okay, use this. We can go zoom. Okay, save. Okay, so we got that. We got the description. You are going to want to make sure your group is set to private, so that way people have to come into the group to actually see what's inside of it. Now, if you are running like a specific type of group, you could do public, but that does mean everything is going to be readily available, right? Everybody can see anything that you post in the group, and the way that we usually have it is your group is actually private. We can go AA as the initials, and you can change the color scheme of the group if you want. You can do custom colors, anything like this. I'm not going to necessarily mess with that because it's her community, and I'm not very sure what she wants. But then we can go update settings. We'll come back to the actual group. So if you notice, the Abundance Academy pops up here, and then she's got the cover photo, and then as well as the description here. We're going to come back and go back down to group settings as well, though. Come back to general. We got pretty much everything in the general settings. Subscriptions. This is only a prevalent thing if you guys are doing either a free or a paid group. So you can always add a price if you are doing like a paid community and stuff like that. But for the purposes of this training, we're doing a free group, right? We're doing a free community. And then we'll come down to categories. This lets you like bucket different categories of stuff in the actual group. So what I'll actually end up doing is I'll change this. I'll go welcome. So what I like to do with this is I'll go your welcome community. Okay, and then what I like to change this to is only admins can post and anyone can view. So what this means is only the admin of the community is going to be able to use this tag, but what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up creating a welcome post. We're going to categorize it as this, and then if anybody clicks at it, it'll just be like your welcome post. So then we can also add a couple other ones, right? We got questions. Okay. Tactics plus tips. Now we got announcements. Totally spelled that wrong. Add. Okay, so then we just literally created a few different buckets of content categories that we can actually start bucketing our content to inside of the community. And you can actually end up just moving these. So these will appear from left to right. So say, for example, if I wanted questions further up, I would just move that up. And then that would end up populating on this bar right here. This is where this is actually going to pop up. So if you notice, welcome, questions, general, tactics and tips, announcements. Okay, so that's where these buckets are actually going to end up appearing. And then the way this actually works out is when you end up doing a category of content, it will show questions. And then when that piece of content gets posted, when that category gets posted, you'll see it'll be like this, right? You got the welcome, and then different things will populate in the actual bucket that you created, the category that you ended up creating. It will actually start categorizing that content, which makes it nice. Say, for example, you have a questions thread and people are asking questions. You can sort by questions and you can go give people feedback. Or when you're posting the content, you can start categorizing the actual stuff that you are putting inside of your group. And as well as the members are creating content inside of the actual community, it will start getting categorized there as well. So we're still going through the actual group settings, right? So we got general, we got that, subscriptions, we're on we're on categories now. Again, you can add categories. We've kept it at about 5 max, maybe 6, just that way they don't get buried or lost. Tabs is a cool feature that they just added. So you got your classroom tab, and then you got your calendar tab. I would definitely turn on your classroom tab, especially if you plan on having different things in your group. It just helps with a lot of different organization and things like that. Plugins, we're going to mess around with a couple of different things for this specific area. So we're going to go membership questions. We're going to turn these on. And we usually like to ask a couple of different questions. So first things being, what would you inside of this community? So the way that we can end up doing this is we can end up doing we can do like a market research question, right? Learn different ways my income, prepare and obviously you would want to make this about the topic, the arena that your group is in. But as an example, what would you like to accomplish from being inside of this community? Okay. Then we can add another question. We can go, okay. And then I just added another question here. Would you be open to chatting about opportunities to start earning income faster? I'm going to do another multiple choice question. Yes. So what we're actually going to end up doing here is I'm doing a multiple choice. Yes, I'd be interested in chatting now. No, thanks. I'd like to see what's inside of the group first. And the reason I'm doing this is I just want to open the door to have a conversation with somebody, have a DM with somebody, chat with them, potentially move them along the spectrum of having an offer in their hands quicker. So as an example, if somebody answers, yes, I'd be interested in chatting now, I know they're probably more inclined or more receptive to potentially chatting about something versus if they say, hey, no thanks, I just want to see what's inside of the group. I'm still going to send them a outreach message and welcome them to the community. But the person that answers yes, I know I can go into that in a little bit of a different lens, right? So go ahead and add that. So then we got 2 questions so far. You think you can only do 3 max. We're going to add another question. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to ask for their email address. Okay. For additional trainings on stacking So I'm literally asking them for their email address, but I'm also flipping it to about something that they're going to get, right? For additional trainings on stacking innovative income streams, please enter your best email address below. Okay, so I'm asking them for their email address because then we can also start sending them emails. We can put them on our email list and we can do stuff like that. So that's it for the membership questions. Obviously, you don't have to do multiple choice. You don't have to have membership questions. But having to ask for the email address is a very cool segue to start building your email list in unison with actually growing your community at the same time. You can potentially do Zapier hook if you're potentially like wanting to automate pushing them to your email list. If you guys end up wanting to learn about that, I can definitely help you guys and set up a training around that as well. But this is a very easy way to automate their membership questions going into whatever you're using for your email list or anything like that. Auto DM new members, we like to have this on. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to turn this on. So we can also change this, right? And it is 300 characters max, which I'm actually going to come back through and do this in a second because I want to have a couple things in place before I actually set this up. Hey name, welcome to group name. Super glad of the community. Okay, so what I'm actually doing here is I'm sending it. This is a cool feature that Skool has where they'll send an automated outreach message, and I'm not sending them a message like right out of the gate, like, hey, thanks for joining my group. Hope you're ready to buy something, right? I'm welcoming them to the community. If there's anything I can do to help you get to your goals quicker, I'm simply a message away. In the meantime, be sure to get the most. I totally butchered that. In the meantime, to get the most out of this group, out of being here, hit this welcome section first. Right. In the meantime, okay. I'm saying, in the meantime, to get the most out of being in this group, start with this. And then what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up coming back and putting a link in to the actual welcome classroom section that I'm going to end up creating. Hit save. If you do hashtag name, hashtag group name, it will actually populate that text for you. This unlock at level 2, I like to have this on because Skool communities right now are like school groups or Facebook groups like 2016, 17. They're like the Wild West. People are just spamming people. So this actually makes it so people have to be at level 2 before they can actually DM people in your community. And the reason we're going to end up doing this is because as your group grows, you want to make the experience for the people coming into your group as good as possible. And you don't want people coming into your group and getting pitched on some weird opportunity by some Joe Blow scam artist that doesn't have anything to do with your business, but then all of a sudden your business becomes associated with that's your community, so we like to have it on level 2 because a lot of the people that are spamming won't ever hit level 2. I think it takes one post and a few comments, like it's literally 5 or 6 points, which we'll talk about the leaderboards in a second here. But we have to have this on just so that way people can't go DM people from your group as soon as they join. And then obviously you can integrate metapixels and different types of webhooks, but I'm not going to cover that in this video. If you guys want me to run through that process, just give me a shout and I'll be more than happy to add it. But for the purposes of setting up this training, I'm not going to actually go through that. You will get a cool metrics. Obviously, this group was just created today, so there is no metrics, but it will talk about daily activity, times, growth, etc. And then this section is really cool with Skool, is the gamification, which is basically leaderboards systems, right? People can unlock different courses. You can give them bonuses. You can give them incentives to stay active and get active inside of your community. So the purposes of this video, I'm going to repurpose some of the stuff that I had in our group because they're going to be changing it, but you guys can obviously use your own imagination and set it up to however you want, right? So let me pull this up. And realistically, at the end of the day, these are just fun ways to keep your community active, incentivize them to be active in your group, to do things in your group, and be a part of the actual community. You can give them away. You can give away free stuff. You can give away calls, strategy sessions. You can give away coaching calls. You can give away some of your paid stuff. Now, you don't have to have something at every single level. Realistically, like with our free community, we probably put way too much information inside of our free group, but we wanted to really over deliver. But if you're just starting, you don't have to have something at every one of these levels. And what I'm doing here is I'm simply just naming these. So it's like fun little, oh, I'm a fad fighter, I'm level 2. Oh, I'm level 3, I'm a word wizard, or I'm a maverick mind. Like, you're just fun titles that you're giving people for being a part of the community. And obviously come up with your own slang, your own jargon, your own terminology, depending on the space that you're playing in. But it's a fun, interactive way for people to be a part of the community. And people really love this element of school groups, like leveling up. Like, people will literally get super active because they level up and they can get other things. They can unlock courses. They can unlock access to you. They can unlock all sorts of different things when they're actually an active member or an active part of your community. So I just went through and named all these. I'm pretty sure Lauren will end up changing these, but that's what that will look like. And I'll run through the actual page. Discovery. This is cool where you'll end up as you grow your group and you start getting people in your group and it's active, your group will get categorized and then you'll also start ranking. And that means it'll show up on Discovery, which is a really cool feature because your group will just start getting organic people coming through just naturally, right? You won't have to do anything with it. You won't have to potentially have anything going on other than just running your group, and you'll start getting people coming in. So links, this is a cool one that you can also add to the group. So less is more with this. I would probably say you can either do private or public, which means everybody who like lands on your group page can see this. So I'll just do this as an example. Affiliate link number 1. Okay, and then I'll just change the link. This allows you to put links which will show up under the description. And obviously these would be a little bit different. So we got Group Juice membership, and I know that is part of our offer, so I will add that there. And then I'll also put start a school group. Okay, public. And then what I'm actually going to do is duplicate this so that way I can grab her Skool affiliate link. But so you see the link will populate right here, right? Group Juice membership. And then if we come over here, we go to settings, we can go to billing and referral, and we can go to referral link right here. This will allow you to get your actual referral link for Skool. And then we can go ahead and put this here, right? Public, everybody can see. Save. Okay, and now we got both these links right here, right? Group Juice membership and start a school group, right? So you can put an offer and then maybe a school group, or you can put like free resources. It's completely up to you. But we usually like to put some form of paid opportunity over here because we're going to front load the community with some type of free value in general. That's pretty much it for the group settings as a whole, right? That's like the group is set up. The ultimate structure is set up. You got your description, you got your cover photo, you got your icon up here. The next thing we'll probably want to do would be setting up the about section. This will populate for people that aren't in your community when they land on your group page. So it can be beneficial to, you can put a video here, you can put an image here talking about what your potential community is about. So the thing to remember is this is going to be like the public face of what is going to populate when they're not in your group. When they land on the about page, this is what they're going to see. So I am just going to pull an image that she had for her Facebook group and just use this as an example. So we got Casper Road Solutions, and then we're going to add a description. Community folks in a community of folks focused on or interested in retirement, young and old, a place to explore innovative streams of income or supplement financial tips and tricks to enhance your quality of life. A free community. Save. Now you can have up to 1,000 characters here, and you can change this at any time. You can also add different images and stuff like that, so that way you can have a bit of a carousel if you wanted, but I am just going to do this for now. Okay, so you have your about section, and to give you another example of what an about section looks like is I will just open our community and show you our about section. Community collective right here. This is our group. So this is the about section, right? This is a picture of us. Okay, I did end up adding a video talking about, or I think Flip added a video talking about what's inside of our group, a full breakdown of the whole community as a whole. And then we just are talking about the overall movement, like what's the point of the group? Why are we running it? Why did we do it? Why did we create it? So that way we can talk about what's in the group. Now, if you are doing a free or a paid group, this is something I couldn't find anywhere on the internet. The one thing we can actually do is we can click this and we can switch it to paid or free. But if you're running a free community, then you can leave it like that. You'll still get requests even if you change that, just FYI. That won't actually change like the pricing or anything like that. You'll have to set that up in the group settings, but that's how you change that up for this section. So we got a private group, you got your picture. You can also add a video. You can do a YouTube video, Vimeo, Loom, Wistia link, and you just add a link here and then it will actually populate the video. So that's the about section for the group. And remember, this is going to be the public facing eye. So if you go to the discovery page of a discovery of a group, as an example, like this is what's going to populate on the actual about page, right? So when somebody lands on this, or you send them your link when they're not in the community, this is what is going to show up, right? This is the public facing eye. And then you got this over here, as give you guys another real-time example. Like we go right here, it's going to populate the community. Okay. Populate some things about the community, what's inside, what they're going to talk about, etc. So I do like that they are doing like these little checklists for you over here. So next things, I'm probably going to do like a little bit of a welcome post and talk about that. So we'll go welcome. All right, so I just templatized this welcome post, right? So giving you a formal welcome to the community, insert a bit of a backstory, why you're growing this group, what you hope for people here to accomplish, the types of things you'll be sharing inside of the group, some rules, obviously set the stage, set the stuff, what people are going to get, or okay, what you don't stand for, and then a bit of some action steps to potentially start here. Now we'll go welcome, right? So we'll categorizing the actual content. Now we can do a photo and things like that, but I'm actually going to tell her to come back through and edit this, but I'm just doing this as an example. You would just add an attachment if you wanted to do a photo, right? You would just upload a photo as an example like this, and it would populate the actual picture, and there you go, right? So we'll close that out. I'll let her put her own photo there. Post, okay? So I posted this. Okay, so we got this up, right? What I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the post right here, and I'm going to go to pin to feed. Okay, so then I'm going to this is going to pin it to the top of my group, meaning everybody who comes in is going to see this post first. Okay, so I want that to be there and I want that to be static. Now we're going to move on to the fun part, really cool part about Skool, which is the classroom section. Okay, so new course, welcome group. All right, watch. Okay, and then this is literally how we're going to create a course in a matter of minutes. You can change these up when you're adding your course. You can go all members have access. That means every single person inside of the community will have access to the training module. So for the purposes of this is going to be like the welcome section, then this is definitely why this is what I would do, right? So everybody has access. Only some members have access. This is what you're going to do if you only want certain people to have access. Say you're doing like paid stuff inside of a free community, then you would have it as this setting and you can add that paid course or that paid product to somebody's in their free group, right? So you can run technically one or the other inside of one group. We do this a lot with our free community collective where we have paid trainings inside of the free group and some people get access to that if they purchase and then we just add it into their classroom section. Or you can do members at a certain level, which is really cool for like the leaderboards and stuff like that, like we set up. So if you want to incentivize people, you want to give stuff away, you want to give extra stuff away, you can, which obviously you don't need to have all of this stuff in place as of yet, but that's a function of that, how you'll set that up. So we got this. For the purposes of this video, I'm just going to use this random graphic. Going to upload, and this is what's going to populate like in the classroom section as an example, right? So we got that. Save. So that's what's going to populate when they come into the group, right? When they open the classroom section, they're going to see this. So as an example, we come in here, we go up top, we go to classroom. It's going to say welcome to the group. Watch these first to get the most out of being here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and the way that we're actually going to do this is we got, this is like the overall topic, and then we can go add new page. We're going to go to edit page. Right. They changed the terminology on me. An aneurysm here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name these as what I want them, right? So edit page. We're going to go welcome and intro. Okay, so we got that. And then what we can end up doing is we can add a video if we want, which I'll walk you guys through. I'm just going to create the skeleton for Lauren to come through and have her welcome section for the group. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to go to add page. Okay, we got add page. Next, we're going to do what to expect from this group. Save. Getting the most up here. Go add page again. Add page. Okay. Okay, action step, dropping a welcome post. And then, now I would usually encourage most people to do these as like videos. So as an example, if you notice inside of our classroom section, inside of the community collective, in the welcome section, we have a couple different things inside of this actual group itself. So it's welcome to the group, what to expect, getting the most out of this community, unlocking bonuses and free stuff, getting the Skool app, introducing yourself, and then an affiliate program type opportunity for certain people that want it. But as an example, we're letting people come into the group and we're hitting them in the face as soon as possible. Hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. And this is why we created this community. Now I'm going to go ahead and add one more. I'm going to go ahead and add page, and I'm going to reinforce my mission having you here. Right? Because we have to remember folks are inadvertently selfish. They want something. So we need to let them know why, the goal, what we want to help people with by having them in our community, and etc. Obviously, they would have videos in here, and this would be like the welcome section. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create another course for them. based on things that we did, because we allow our students to repurpose our stuff and put it in their own groups to grow their own community. But this would be like, you're welcome, etc. Everybody would have access. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually set up another course that people will get access to when they hit level 2. So we're back here and we're going to go new course, earn simple profits online with this free workshop. Okay. Only things that you need to focus on if you want to earn your first 10K profits online from my mentors. Okay, and then I'm going to change this. I'm going to go to members at a certain level, and I'm going to go to level 2. Okay, and I'm going to upload this right here. And then I'm going to put this here. Save. Add. Okay, and then we got, it's literally populating. Like, this is so easy to start creating digital products, courses, etc. inside of Skool. It's absolutely insane. So we got this, 5 figures in 5 steps. And so for any of you guys promoting our products, any of you guys that are affiliates of ours, you guys can definitely take advantage of this, because all of you guys can come in and do this to your own groups. You can use this to grow your own communities. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go add a folder, add folder, intro. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and just delete this for now, because I'm gonna make it make sense for you in a second. So intro to my mentors, right? We're gonna go here. We're gonna go add page in folder. And then this is where I'm gonna potentially put a bridge video. I wanna bridge the connection between me and the product creator, or in this case, me and, I wanna bridge the connection between Lauren and us, because people are gonna come into the group because of her. So we want to actually bridge the connection. Hey, I work with these guys. These are my mentors. They help me do X, Y, Z. I'm working with them on X. We want to actually bridge the connection between the 3 of us, or whoever you're selling products to, right? Or any affiliate offer or anything like that. You want to actually remember that people are coming to the opportunity because of you. So you need to pass the torch, so to speak, or bridge the connection between the actual product creators. So this would be like a video, an intro video. Okay, this is a training from so-and-so. This is what they broke down, etc. The cool part is, for these videos, Lauren was actually on with us, so she can actually leverage that. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another folder, free 5-day. Okay. Okay, so we got this. Okay, and then we got add page in folder. Day 1. So I simply copy and pasted, from our free workshop, and we literally have day 1 up. We got the presentation up, and then we're going to go hit save. Okay, and we're going to repeat this process for all 5 days, and I'll be back with you in a second. And obviously you guys would do this differently if you're setting up your own groups, your own trainings and stuff like that. But as this example, I just want to talk about how simple and easy it is to actually start setting up these digital products, these courses, these valuable trainings for the people coming into your group. So there we go. I got all 5 days of the free workshop into their actual community. Now, the thing you guys can also do, if you guys don't want these to be like live or anything like that, if you hit this little pencil up here, we can actually toggle this from draft to published. You can add resource links. You can add resource files. You can add transcripts. You can pin community post. So a cool part about this is, like, you can pin posts under this, which I'll actually come back through and show you this in a second. But super easy. It's like using a doc, right? You can change the format. So you can highlight the text. You go H1, which is heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. You can bold the text. You can do italics. You can do strike throughs. You can do bullets. You can do numbered lists. You can do like quotes, which basically populate like a little box. You can put quotes in there. You can use code, which some of you guys might use, but a lot of you guys might not. You can also add photos directly inside of the posts inside of the breakdowns or whatever. So as an example, I can add literally just a picture inside of this thing and it will populate under the video. You can build these really cool, fancy styled programs all inside of Skool. You can add links. The cool part about adding links inside of Skool is they're not going to negatively affect you, potentially like any other social platforms, because it is a paid community platform. You can add line breaks, break things up, stuff like that. And then you can also add videos, as I mentioned. The one negative side effects to a Skool group is potentially there is no in-house video hosting. So you don't have, you literally don't have you can't just upload a video to Skool. You need to use like YouTube, Loom, Vimeo, or some other type of video hosting platform and then upload them into the actual community. So that's one of the negative side effects of it. But we absolutely love it, right? We literally burn down our Facebook groups to go all in with Skool. Obviously, we are fanboys in some fashion, right? So now that I got this workshop in here, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add another folder, and I'm going to title it Your Next Steps. So what I'm going to actually end up doing here on a deeper level is what I'm doing is I'm getting people to come into this group. I'm getting them to watch some high value information, get some training, get some good stuff from me. But then I want to potentially put a offer in their hands as fast as possible. So since Lauren is she is promoting our products as an affiliate, I'm going to put a review video I did of everything inside of our Group Juice membership, which is $100. And then I'm going to end up putting the text here, full snapshot. Here. And obviously you can change this out to whatever you're doing. If you're potentially booking calls, if you're you have a different offer, you can obviously relay a lot of that information and utilize it for your own things, right? I'm not trying to create this to be like just promote our stuff. Like we're not about that life, but this is a good example of what this looks like. So we're running people through coming into our group. They're getting good information. They're getting value from us. And then they got this 5-day workshop, and then we're putting an offer in their hands, which then this is a $100 actual offer right here. So if you notice what we did here is we got the Abundance Academy. When I was talking about pinning, this is a cool thing we can pin to a course page, right? So we can go pin, we can go here, we can go welcome and intro. So if you notice, this comes here, and then this will be like drop your welcome post. So this will populate under a video when she puts a video here. As an example, this is what that looks like. So we got here, see, we got the welcome video here, but it populates this under the actual video. Start here. So that's pretty much it for getting your group up, functional. We got the calendar tab. I can run through that in a second too here. So we got the welcome post. We got the leaderboards is cool. So if you notice, this will start populating when you start adding things inside of here. So I'm actually going to come back through and I'm going to change this so that way it actually, I'm going to come to the classroom. I'm going to change this to, hit the 3 dots up here. And you can always move these if you want. If you wanted to reorganize them, you don't have to delete them or anything. You can move them over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go edit course, and I'm going to change this to only members of a certain level have access and level 1. So that way when people hit the leaderboards, they can actually see this right here, and it will take them directly to the actual classroom section. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go, now that I have this link, I'm going to actually copy this. And what I'm going to do is come back to my community, and I'm going to edit my welcome post that I created. Okay. Get the most. Okay, I'm going to highlight this. Ooh, nice. Highlight it, add link, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that link. I'm going to hit save. So then what this is going to do is when somebody comes in, they see the welcome post, they click this, it's going to take them right to the intro of the community, right? The ultimate goal is to start getting people lost in consuming the actual content inside of the group as much as you possibly can, right? The more consumption that you can drive, the easier it is to actually make sales from people. Now we'll riff on the calendar section a bit. It's very similar to the classroom. So we'll do create my own event. The cool part about these is you can structure it similar to the actual courses, right? So the cool part to think about is if you end up running a joint free and paid community. So if you have members who have access to a specific course, right? This means that only people with that paid product in your community will have access to this Zoom link or this calendar link or anything like that. Or you can do members at a certain level, or you can do all members, right? So what we're actually doing is just as an example for training, right? We'll set the time. I'll just go 3:30 p.m., 1 hour, Chicago. We'll go as an example. I'll just put a random link in there, okay? Because I just want to purely set this up for you guys to see on the actual live training here, okay? Come hang out with me, XYZ, okay? And then we'll upload a cover photo. And then this is a really cool feature that Skool also has, is where it will actually email members, and you can email members every 72 hours. But if you're doing any type of events in your group, it will remind the members one day before the email, via email. It will send them, hey, just a reminder, tomorrow we're doing this training on XYZ. It will actually send them an email and give them a reminder. And again, you can use these to your advantage. If you want to do something for everybody in the group, if you want to do people at level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as an example, we can change this, right? If you're giving away like expensive stuff, I would usually do anything after level 6 because people have to put in some work to hit level 6, and it works really good for creating interaction. And then you could do members in a course, right? So if you only want people in your paid stuff to have access to this training, this thing that you're doing, then you would do that, right? So then only the people in that course that paid you would have access to it, right? So we'll go ahead and create that just as an example. It will actually populate on the calendar section like this, okay? And everybody who can see that link will be able to actually come in and join the link, go hang out with you on the training, add it to their calendar. This will actually allow them to directly integrate it into their own calendars, so that way they get notifications. But this is a really cool feature, okay? Especially if you're doing like calls or anything like that, supports, any trainings or anything like that, you can start putting it in your actual calendars for them to come hang out with you. And the cool part, it will actually end up creating curiosity around what's coming or what's happening. Because if, let's say, for example, you have this only specific to certain people in the group, or only people that are in a certain level, is it will actually start populating. As an example, I'll go into our community, and if you look at, it will show some of the stuff, but it will actually appear as locked, right? So unlocks at level 6, unlocks at level 8, unlocks at level 9. But then if, let's say, for example, she goes to the calendar of this group and she doesn't have potential access to this, it could potentially just say, hey, you don't have access to this training, right? So it actually starts creating curiosity if you end up doing a free/paid community in unison together. And that's pretty much it for a full-blown Skool community setup from start to finish. We got the welcome post created, the about section created, the categories of content. We got classroom section set up. We got a welcome. We got multiple trainings in here set up. So we got this, we got these as drafts, and then we got the community, and we got a calendar thing. Obviously, you don't have to have these up if you don't. Like, if you don't do them, you can actually turn the calendar feature off in the group if you wanted to, similar to the classroom if you didn't want to have it. And then you got the leaderboards up, right? Different things that people are going to unlock based on their interaction, based on the points they get from being active inside of the community. Again, if you're giving away paid stuff, I probably wouldn't start giving that away until level 6, because realistically, someone can come in and hit level 6 relatively quickly if they're actually active inside of the group. So you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot, right? We give away free coaching and stuff when people hit. We literally give 30 days of private coaching to our $500 to $1,000 a month coaching program for people that hit level 6 inside of our paid community. But some people don't ever interact enough to actually get that. But that's a good example of that. Giving away high value things to incentivize people to be a part of your world. Give them good stuff. Don't be afraid to give away good stuff, right? But again, those are completely optional. Some groups don't, they only have a few different things that people unlock when they hit levels. So don't think that you need to have one at every single level. This is more than fine to get started. And you can always add and continue to add as you grow your group. You do high value things, you can add to them later on, but they don't have to all be in place as soon as you start. We're sitting pretty, right? So what I'm gonna actually end up doing is I'm gonna go request to join this community from my Skool profile and run you through what that actually looks like from the other side. Lauren. Okay. Okay, join group. So if you look, this is what will actually end up populating when I request to join their community. I'll get this pop-up. What would you like to accomplish by being inside of this community? We got that. Learn different ways to supplement my income. Would you open me? Yes, I'd be interested in chatting now. And I'll just go, okay. Join group. Okay. Membership pending. So it's not going to automatically approve the member into the community. But then if we notice over here, we will get a membership request right here. You're going to see our ugly mugs. It will populate the actual things, right? It will populate our bio. This is a really good way to look out for fake accounts if they have a WhatsApp link in their bio. It will populate right there. Learn different ways to supplement my income. Yes, I'd be interested in chatting now. Affiliate lists, that's the email I used. And then we're going to go approve. Okay, so then I officially got a member in my community. Look at that. We got a new member. Okay, so you can go into the members area. You can chat with them. You can start a message with them. You can go membership. This is where you can go courses. If I have a different course, I can give them access to the course. Like I said, only certain members have access. This is how you would potentially add that to their section. And then questions, it will populate any of the questions that they actually answered when they joined the community. And it will actually auto DM members. I'm not going to show her DMs, but what it will actually do is when somebody jumps into your group, it will auto send them a DM. And what I actually ended up doing is plugins, auto DM new members. Okay. So as an example, preview. Okay. So it's going to send, hey, Lauren, welcome to the Abundance Academy. Super glad to have you as a part of my world. If there's anything I can do to help you get to your goals quicker, I'm simply a message away. In the meantime, to get the most out of being in this group, start with this. And then I linked her actual welcome section of her community. Right, so it's going to take them directly to this first video. Okay. So that's the flow of it, flow of the thing. Absolutely awesome. Quick, punchy. It took me less than 60 minutes to get her group up, functional. Obviously, it will take you a little bit longer if you have to do some different types of things with like the actual trainings and stuff like that. But super easy. Skool groups are extremely user-friendly, functional, and they're fucking awesome. So set one up. If you need any help, give me a shout, and I'll see you guys on the next one.